Welcome to the Cogiscan booth here at IPC Apex. Delighted to be joined by Francois Monnet. Good to see you again, Francois.
Good to see you, Trevor.
Okay, so like the rest of us, you're exceptionally busy. Your Connect product has been extremely successful. Where does that fit into the CFX puzzle?
Of course, actually it's closely related to that because Connect is a standalone machine connectivity solution that allows people to connect any machine, brand, model, and vintage of machine and output and standardize the data in some format, of course. It could be an industry standard like CFX or CAMX or SexGem, or it could also be a MES specific protocol as well. Right. Because in practice, CFX is a great development for the future, but in practice, manufacturers today have a wide range of different machines and different software already in place. We're not starting from scratch, right? And the resistance to change obviously is because people will not change all their machines and all their software overnight. So we provide a very practical solution in order to manage that transition, and the evolution towards, Industry 4.0 in the factory of the future. So we're basically showing here at the show that we are supporting CFX already. Some of our equipment partners using our Connect interface to provide the CFX events for the demo line, for example, and of course, usual collaboration with our a wider and increasingly range of equipment partners as well.
So basically you're offering that essential middleware for existing machines that are in the field and even for legacy machines that are in the field to be able to connect to these new systems.
Exactly, yeah, and no matter what the protocol is, because CFX is new, obviously, it's just been released, so it's not been obviously adopted at this point in time in the industry. It will be gradually, to some extent, we'll have to see, because existing standards are already there and they won't be going away, and there's still a lot of proprietary interfaces. And the fact is, it's not just the machine that you have to connect, it's also the different software applications. So the whole connectivity puzzle is much bigger than just one machine, protocol. So CFX is a small part of that, and we have to support every piece of it. So from that perspective, yes, CFX is important, but it's only a small part of a much bigger puzzle. One example, very practical example, last Friday, we announced a significant collaboration with the largest contract manufacturing company in the world, and they have a division called Heine that essentially is dedicated to implement the factory of the future, Industry 4.0 type solutions. They've gone through an extensive evaluation of different vendors at different levels, because there's different layers of software obviously to enable these kinds of things, and we participated in the connectivity layer of that evaluation. At the end of a thorough evaluation, we were selected as their vendor of choice, and they've already started moving with first lines, and then eventually, ultimately, we will connect all the machines throughout the world to their factory and Industry 4.0 solution.
That is potentially huge, Francois, because they have got so much installed base, it's ridiculous. If that was to extend to their wider installed base, that would be colossal.
It's huge. I mean, it's without being too specific, it's over 1,000 lines, with many machines per line. It's a very large project, that will spread out over time, obviously. But they realize that the foundation again is the connectivity, and you have to find a way to work with what you have. Obviously, you cannot just switch everything overnight and start from scratch. So that's why they found that Connect is something that's proven. We've been working, for 20 years connecting machines. So we have a wide library supporting all these equipment, and then we can bring it out in whatever format they want, whether it's CFX or something else, doesn't really matter to us.
Now you basically divided your business into different sections. You've got an OEM section as well, which deals with the manufacturers, direct relationships with the manufacturers in the field. Have you grown that base at all?
Yes, a lot actually. Equipment partners, I mean, when I say equipment partners, it's companies like Juki, Universal, and so on, is a bigger and bigger part of our business, because they also have to support their customer base with Industry 4.0 and connectivity type solutions. And similar to us, when we sell directly to the end users, they have customers that have a wide range of MES or a wide range of systems, a wide range of protocols that they use, and it's not their core business for the machine vendors to try to support all of that. So they come to us, we become their partner for connectivity, allow them to sell their machines in any system, any environment, much more easily, and provide more value for their customers. So that segment of our business is going really well. Just this week we had 2 major announcements with new partners, including Keysight, which is one of the big big company in our industry, as well as SEGI, the storage tower solution. So in addition to additional products or releases with Universal Instruments and Juki, among others. So many announcements this week at the show about this specific segment of our business.
Yeah, that must be really valuable to them because it saves them from having to write software patches every time they sell a piece of equipment.
Exactly, and it's more complicated than it appears. It's certainly it becomes a full-time job at some point in time, and everybody has limited resources, so you cannot be good at everything. You have to pick your battles and see where you can really bring the most value. I think the machine vendors have been doing this for enough years that they know how difficult this is, and they know that it's not just one standard will conquer the world. They really have to deal with whatever reality their customers are facing, so they can really appreciate the value that we bring in that with the Connect solution in this case. Well, it's more than just Connect, obviously. It's in many cases connecting also to the MES, right? All the big MES vendors have their own proprietary APIs to connect the machines to. Actually, at this stage, I think there's only one MES vendor is actually supporting CFX. Others have their own way of connecting the machines to their ecosystem, and we've been doing that also for a long time. We're not an MES, a pure MES vendor, if you like, but we do provide the data and the connectivity to the MES vendors.
Right, excellent. Well, great to see how Cogiscan is growing and providing an essential service to the industry. And Francois, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Trevor. Nice to see you.